America's best-selling bike. Electric. All right. Well, I went ahead and in the new style of things, went with one of the smaller, cheaper items, like available ones. I went with Lectric's Light 2.0, right? It's the smallest, lightest bike they have. It's a folder. I upgraded it with one thing. I kept the regular battery because if I do need more range, I'll get a long range battery later. I can always upgrade all that. But what I wanted to have right from the start, upgrade wise, was something that actually matters, and it's I got the Gates belt drive. It's only $100 extra, so I got the same motor, same exact bike, but instead of chain rings and sprocket, well, I guess it's, but you know what I'm saying. Instead of that chain, right? Like on this guy. Chain, it's got grease, and this guy has a Gates carbon drive. It's like a rubber ring. Anyway, you guys know what it is. So it's super cool. We're about to unbox this. A bunch of staples. I don't love that. Like not like that. I have the thing for opening it. I don't like opening the staples. That's all. Charger. Warning. 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 Read warning stuff. And then tell me what it says. Warning. I'm a weird, I got bad habits. You know what one of my bad habits is? These are innocent bad habits, mind you. I can't throw some things away. Like all these little strings, I gotta keep them. They're gonna end up in a desk. Attention! Warning! Jingle jangle. Got these two keys. I know that they're both the same key and they're for the battery, and you have to have these in that there battery to run. Can't ride the bike without the keys and the battery. Oops, don't mess with that housing too much there, sport. Oh, Velcro strap for something. Long one. Excuse me. Battery latch. Could just cut these. But ever since I was like 4 years old, if there was a knot, I had to untie it. It's compulsive. Your boy is compulsive. Cut these strings, they're not as useful. think these are the same brakes on my mountain bike. Oh no, these are better. These are hydraulic. This bike was only $900, and it's actually only $800 without the gates. It's a $900 bike. I know dumbasses who spend more on their fucking pedals. I'm looking at you. Fuck yeah, boy. Unleashing this John Wick. This is the John Wick, bro. Of course I'm not. Dude. Sometimes you do dumb shit, like buy shit just because it's called a John Wick. The J-Dub. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I bought this one because it's called the John Wick. So if it didn't have a carbon gates drive or whatever, if it was the same price, I would buy the one that's called the John Wick. Man, it's all fucking black. Hello. Miss Maya called and I gotta pick her up at 6:30. So might cut this short. It's crazy. Oh yeah, that comes off late. That's I watch a lot of videos where people leave this on. It's the little plastic pad, but it's just a shipping pad that's under the. These don't have kickstand. It has a little thing at the bottom that it rests on. It's like a tubular metal triangle. And under that is this little pad. Oh, very excited. First step, I want to get everything off of it. Because here in a minute, we're going to be doing the assembly, which is all this assembly is going to be. I'm not putting that chain guard on. So that's a part of assembly. All this assembly is going to be is, looks like, oh yeah, it comes with this little kickstand. So I'll probably take that kickstand off later. I might leave it on actually. But here we are. It looks to me as if. All right, so the battery is in there. Where's the battery release? Right there. Your boy never reads any kind of instructions ever because gay. I mean, lame. How does it come out? Fold the pedals. I want to see this battery. Oh, the key. Right. Probably have to have the key in there to take the battery out, I think. Is that the keyhole? Well, let's just get this first unfold done. Well, fold done. If I remember it right. Yeah. Gonna put this guy on first. Brakes already feel tuned. Brakes are a little bit better tuned than the Ozark came. All right, is there a lock? Nope. Just lift it up. Fold it. Look at that. Oh yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about. No, you do need to keep the kickstand. This is for when you're folded. Oh boy. Look at this. This is the Electric XP Lite 2.0. John Wick. You know what's funny? I think this e-bike weighs just like 6 or 7 pounds more than my mountain bike. Bruh, I think it's lighter than my mountain bike. Hold on a sec. No, it's not lighter. No way. Kickstand works pretty good. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Bro. This one's supposed to weigh, the Ozark Trail, I believe, is supposed to weigh just under 41 pounds. I think it's like 40.8. I think this is supposed to weigh 47. Bro, there's not too much of a difference. I mean, that's obviously a little heavier. That's a very awkward lift, but I'll tell you what, when I lifted this bike, yeah, the front's heavier, obviously, but not that much. The balance on this John Wick is better than the weight balance on the Ozark Trail. But remember when I mentioned this front fork on the Ozark Trail? It's a good fork. It's got good, my bike's dirty right now, but it's a good fork, man. It's a Sun Tour. Let's talk about this bike for a minute. I like this bike a lot. But yeah, that fork, super heavy. Like when you hop off curbs and stuff, it's you nosedive. So yeah, this is a dope bike. This is the geometry, the tubing, the welds. This bike has good welds. Like it's a good bike, and it's really sturdy. Tapered head tube, so I can upgrade this fork to just about anything. And yeah, I'm gonna be one of those guys. Oh yeah. So mechanical disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes, both 180s. I do believe. I never tuned in the front on this guy. I only rode it for a little bit because the car was broke down and then the weather came. So, but we're gonna get back out on this guy sometimes because it is a lot of fun to ride. It's a good bike, man. But I will be one of those guys who ends up spending more on the fork than I do on this bike. I'm not gonna spend. Later. Like I don't even know. I don't really know, man. Somebody tell me a good fork to buy that's like under $1,000. That'll be what I don't want to. There's a lot of guys who have been doing crazy builds on these Ozarks because it's fun. It's a fun bike to. There's a whole bunch of different channels with guys with these Ozarks doing a whole bunch of different things with them. Yeah, so it's an Acolyte derailleur on there. It's a cheap derailleur, but it's probably better than the bottom 3 Shimano. Out of the like 15 Shimanos, the bottom feeding group, I think that this Acolyte is going to be the one above it. It's clutched, so that's one thing. But yeah, the gearing ratio is really good. I've gone up just about the steepest hill in Manhattan on the road. I'm pretty sure that's going up Hudson from Anderson to Kimball, and I can ride this guy pretty easy. Sitting down, chill. It's a 29. I'm sitting on a big ass rear wheel. I got a big ass front wheel, but I still feel, lean forward. It's a good. I mean, it's a great climbing bike. I don't really remember if 29ers are supposed to be better as a climber. I think that's what the case is. But yeah, one thing I did notice is something I will also upgrade on here, because this $400 bike comes with everything you really need, man. So something that's in mountain biking now that I didn't know about 30 years ago when I did it originally, 30 years ago. We did droppers, the dropping seat post. So this bike's already set up for it, man. Look, see these? I believe it's this one that's... Anyway, it's already set up for a dropper. So I'm going to get a dropper seat post on this guy and a new fork. And honestly, that's probably all. And then, I don't know. I'll wait until I break something to replace it. I was riding around a framed gravel bike, carbon bike. It's a really nice bike. But I crashed that a few months ago and broke the rear derailleur hanger off there. And the way that bike is made, it's I think I can replace it. I don't know, but it looks like it's like major pin. Anyway, that's in the storage closet. I'll probably bust that out later, but I'm not going to spend any money on that thing. I took the seat post off it. I really like it on this bike. I like that seat. So that's from the gravel bike, the framed. But like I said, I'm going to ride this one, and I'm only going to replace things if they break. Except for, I'll replace the forks before they break. And I'll probably buy the dropper. And then one more thing. Just the last thing. I'll probably get some new pedals, because I'm not gonna go clipless. I'm probably gonna get some race faces, or some knockoffs of race faces, but some like cool anodized, colorful, maybe like gold or orange, maybe red. I kind of think I might get gold pedals down there. But anyway, those are functional, so I will replace those before they break. But as far as the derailleur, these cranks are actually, so this is the 2.0. The Ozark Trail Ridge came out, I guess originally it didn't even have the name Ridge on it, and then they started calling it the Ridge, and it came with the Ridge. And I bought it when they were getting really popular. People were starting to really build them out and do a whole bunch of cool stuff for them, and a whole bunch of small channels. That's why YouTube is so cool. A whole bunch of small channels have people that watch, and they all kind of talk together in the comments, and they made recommendations on what to do to make this bike better. And guess what? Walmart, everybody hates on Walmart and China and all that. It's like, bro, look at what you're getting. It's your money. You don't owe any Americans. You don't owe anybody anything. Everybody that is selling you something is taking your money. They're not doing it to make your life better. They're doing it to like take your money, and I'm not blaming them. That's how it works. But when it comes to buying stuff, who cares who you're buying it from? Nobody has a better intent than the other person. They all want your money. But some companies will actually do things to make their product better. And hey, Walmart, Ozark Trail, with all their Chinese, whatever, it's like, this bike is better. People wanted different cranks. They got different cranks. They wanted to get the I forget the big small, whatever that's called, on the chain ring. They changed that. It's only, and you know what? That's like a $4 to a $9 part. But ignorant rich people will spend like several $100s on that little piece of metal. So it's just ridiculous. But anyway, this bike has made a whole bunch of things. The clutch derailleur that I know they changed, and the crankset they changed, and the chain ring they changed, and this is still a $400 bike. Like, I'm not saying this thing's super duper quality, but it's definitely more bang for your buck than like anything else. So let's talk about going down to like $200 bikes, and like what used to be like Huffy kind of stuff. You would buy like an Academy or something like that. Those bikes suck. They do. Some of them are okay, but this Ozark Trail, I looked at those Schwinn's and a whole bunch of different things, and some of them might be a little bit better or whatever. But this bike is cool. It looks cool. It's got cool. It looks like a rugged bike, and it doesn't look like a piece of shit. It looks like a good bike, and you know what? It is. But anyways, that's the Ozark Trail. We're gonna replace those forks. We're gonna get a dropper. We're gonna get new pedals, and when this derailleur breaks, we'll replace it. And when I'm fucking lazy and I just feel like, but I have enough energy to say, I don't want to drive. I want to go to Dillon's and grab like a backpack full of frozen meals. You can put racks and shit on this. They got front rack, they got back rack. This bike, I believe, has 275 pound capacity altogether. I weigh 175 about. Well, I weigh between 175 and 180, but I'm going to be continuing to get lighter. I'm going to be down under sub 160 no matter what. If I don't lose too much muscle, if I can stay over 135 pounds of lean mass, I won't stop. I'll just keep going until it's not positive. So never ever in my life have I ever been under like 12% body fat. When I was a teenager, I was actually, I had a little bit of blubber that nobody else had, but I also had a good amount of muscle. And you know what? I actually had the healthiest body. I had between 12 and 15%. That's a warrior. But anyway, always wished I could be leaner or whatever. Well, now that I'm not deploying anymore, and if I do, I will adapt and become operator fit again. But I don't need to be operator fit at this point in my life. I am going to be fun fit. I just want to have fun. I want to feel good. I want to be able to hang out in a fucking grok squat all goddamn day. So point is, but I never ate correctly. I was always addicted to fat, addicted to animals. It's crazy, man. You crack the code, you save money, you lose weight, you lose disease, you have more fun, you feel better. You allow more room for other fun things. Like, it's just a way better life. But getting back to the goal is I am just shedding fat, pure fat. I've had some weird nights where I just don't sleep and I just sweat, but I know what's happening in my body. I am liberating and mobilizing fat more than I ever had in my entire life because I've never given my body a break from consuming it. And now it just melts off. And that's going to slow down and stop when I get to a point where my body says that it would be healthier to keep it. You can continue to lose weight forever until your body says it doesn't like it, and then it's not good anymore. There's no need to be like confused about losing weight too fast. That's retarded. Pardon me. That's not smart. You can lose weight extremely fast. How fast can you lose weight safely? As fast as your body loses it. Then it's just a decision of how much lean mass you want to have on your body. I'm proving everybody wrong. Everybody this year. I'm proving everybody wrong. I've made a lot of bold claims in my life, and then I've gone through a change where I realized don't make claims because but I don't care anymore. You should make claims. You should make bold predictions. You should say you're going to do a whole bunch of things. You should make your ambitions unrealistic. Don't let people tell you to keep your ambitions realistic. Of course, you keep your brain realistic on knowing what you're probably going to get, but you let your ambitions go crazy. You let your ambitions go through the moon. You don't shoot for 90. You shoot for infinity. Okay? So, in the past, I've lost weight. I wanted to get leaner. I wanted to look more attractive. I just want to fucking feel like a ninja again. More of a ninja than I've ever been. So most of my life doing anything like fighting, any kind, combat, all that stuff, and it tore me down. Always hurt. It felt bad. My joints destroyed. Just like, oh, killed myself, man. Metabolically destroyed myself. Trying too hard. And trusting. I'm not gonna say I was wrong in trusting science. I trusted the science I wanted to trust. I wasn't statistically literate. I'm a little bit statistically literate now. Like, I understand how to read studies. I understand how to do that. It's not that hard. I know a lot of you do this. If you've had the 100 level statistics, you know this stuff. But you know that if you don't have 100 level statistics, you do not understand what you're looking at. No matter how smart you think you are, it's basic fundamentals of statistics that you have to know before you can actually start reading numbers, like reading all the data. Right? So, anyways, let's get back on to the point. My goal is to shred all this fat off. Not stop anytime, not be like, oh, that's good, let's stop here, that's good, let's take a break. No, I'm going all the way down. I'll take breaks or whatever based upon feedback from my body. And so far, the feedback from my body is that just keep going, bro. When is fat loss too extreme? When your body stops you from doing it. I don't use any drugs for my body. I use THC and nicotine and caffeine, and they're awesome. And those are my psychological drugs. But I'm not going to take a GLP-1. Nope. I'll never take testosterone or anything like that because, yeah, that shit will fix you. They will fix you. And they'll fix you for a long time. Like, you can use that stuff and have a long, good, healthy, quality life to like 100 years, but I won't. I'm shooting for like 1,000. So I don't want for that to ever. I gotta make it to at least 3 digits before I would ever want to rely on something to do what my hormones should do. Granted, the THC and the nicotine and the caffeine are exogenous things that are unnecessary, but I enjoy them and they help my mind work really, really well. Obviously, the number one priority is to make your mind work regardless, but these really, really help me. So you could say you could do that stuff with TRT and shit like that too, but I myself just personally am a little more apprehensive towards that. I've messed around with pro hormones and stuff back in the Army when everybody else was juicing, and I got 3/4 as jacked and stuff as everybody else. I didn't get lean like everybody else. I dieted better than everybody else. But the thing is, I still had results that were not natural. It was too fast, and that messed up. I just don't like how I think that ultimately left my body, like the residual effects of messing with the hormonal system. So I'm not comfortable with messing with that ever at all, period. So, but with that, I'm just going to keep burning fat, burn and burn them. Obviously, I need to mobilize it, get it mobilized. Caffeine and nicotine help with that. Nicotine is the number one decoupler of lipids, I think. Actually, it's the number one decoupler of lipoproteins. So, I don't eat fat off of an animal. I don't eat protein off of an animal. I don't get iron off of an animal. All three are bad for you. I didn't want to believe it, but it's clear as day. It's not an opinion. It's fact. It's scientific fact. That a plant-based diet is the only healthy diet, the only actual diet that you can stay living on for a long time. period. And I know that a whole bunch of people are not going to believe that, and I don't care because I'm going to prove it. About 1 week before December started, I was like hella broke. And so I was looking at just trying to figure out how to get protein the cheapest. And all sources, the cheapest way you can get protein is plant protein sources. And the amino acid profile is awesome. It's better. It's better. So let's talk BCAAs, right? The most important for muscle building, right? All the time. For muscle protein synthesis and nitrogen balance. Leucine, isoleucine, valine, the big three, like they really are. They are the big three. Leucine and isoleucine, I do believe. I think it's leucine is the precursor, and it literally is. You have to have a certain amount of leucine combined with a total amount of sufficient protein. Then that chunk of leucine, it drives, right? And it's not that much. And it's in soy bigger than almost anything. Soy is the best source of protein there is for single ingredient, period. The only possible way to make soy protein better is to add in a couple other plant proteins. So that, because you need to look at your lysine and your methionine. Those are really important. And they can be lacking in some things like animal products. You don't get a perfect amino acid profile in animal products. You still have to mix animal products to get it, just like you have to mix plants to get it. But you can actually get it easier from plants. You can get all of them easier. And the big three, go look for yourself. Go look at all vegan protein products. And they're usually going to be soy, pea, rice protein, potato protein. Like those are usually the big ones, like sweet potato protein. There's a whole bunch of them. And they're better, higher quality protein than dairy, which is second best. It's better. There's no saturated fat. None. Anyways, I got to get back on track with this stuff. But that's it for today. I'm going to go do some other stuff. And then tomorrow, we'll get back at this thing and we'll start looking at the battery and we'll fire it up, spin it around, get all this connected, get the display and control unit all the settings set. I think what I'm going to do is make sure that all of, like, no matter what, the throttle response will always be as if you're in PAS 5. We're very excited. But you guys know the weather here. It sucks balls. I got stuck in the car yesterday. That was embarrassing. I almost got stuck today. But I'm not gonna ride. This guy's got this like CT Scout style motorcycle style, like city tires. You got nice little grooves for water dispersion, but they're slicks. So these will be good wet, but not snow. I'm not riding around on snow. So okay, last little thing I'll show you. The Gates drive. This is what I was talking about. The Gates drive. So I'm never gonna get grease on my, like I can ride this around and with like nice Jordans on and nice pants. You're not gonna have to worry about chain grease or any of that. This bike is dope. Tomorrow, oh, I want to ride it so bad. But anyway, I think that's enough for today.